Guys, I was able to do something crazy with Invideo Agent 2. I was looking at my portfolio and I was trying to see this Dhakar films I made for Maggie, for Licious, for Kurkure, and I started doing something. I was actually able to take live footage and put animation on it, 2D and 3D. Hi guys, I'm Devang Singh, a commercial film director and hybrid filmmaker. And in the last 15 years, I've worked with almost every single one of India's biggest F&B brands to bring forth some of your favorite commercials. So let's get into it and do something crazy which has not been done before with Invideo Agent 2. What I did first was, I opened up Invideo's Agent 2. I had gone to my projects, I created a new project which is called Live Action to Animation. Now because I want you to understand what the context was and what I really did in this. So going to the first step, I basically first trained the model. Every time it goes to identity crisis. Understand, it is like basically a crew member that is asking what are my roles. So basically you're a motion graphic designer who adds hand illustrated comic style gradient, jagged flat edged edges onto live action footing and all of that. So I did that and I said that as a director, I'll upload 3 shots from Maggie, Licious and Kurkure and different kind of animations. Then I said before that I want to set up some ground rules and add it to your context. So I tell it exactly what I had, basically what are the goals, what do I want to do, and then I basically gave it 3 briefs which I will get into later, and then I gave it rules: non-destructive base footage, overlay only additions, brand-led theme, smooth and flawless execution. And this also sometimes I'm actually using, like either I'll use Claude or ChatGPT or any of these other places where I would create these ground rules by telling them what I'm really looking for so that I can prompt the agent better. First, look at the footage, take the first frame and the end frame. And once I was able to do that, it generated the first frame and the end frame. Now take these 3 references and I gave them spice balls, this, all of that. And I gave this crayon things and I said, okay, let's set a visual language and graphic style because that's important. Please analyze these and make sure that our inspiration board is made with this. So now it went into context. So now look at this. It made an entire brief with the deliverables, it made the palette and all of that. And in the Maggie Street Hype graffiti, it created like these 3 versions which became the context and the visual inspiration. So what happened is it gave me a nice reference. And when I saw that reference, right, I was like, bomb, you got it. And it's the first attempt, guys. It's the first attempt. I didn't do anything. I said just brilliant. And let's animate this. And do you need the style for reference for animation or you have something in mind? It said I've already got a clear picture. The motion languages on the board is hand-drawn, balling animation. When I read this, wiggle frames, all of that, flame flicker, stars twinkle, arrows, beautiful. I finalized this and 25 FPS climax style. And I also told it like, don't start at the end, start a little before. So this is what we get to. Killer, right? And then it doesn't go static at the end. It's got that soupy still vibrate. So this becomes like a beautiful thing and things are happening. And I was happy. Now, going to the next one, which is Kurkure. Kurkure, now I've understood what really has to happen. So now I gave style and animation style and the frame together. So I gave the animation text, how I need it around the person. I gave it the footage, which is the Kurkure footage that you see on my screen. And then I also gave it something which is basically the animation style. Like I really wanted to do something which is a little more flashy, a little more chalk. I also gave it the text, masala, kurkure, chatpata, kya baat hai, mind-blowing, spicy, crunchy, all of that. See, when we are hiring people, right, I hire artists. I don't hire like operators. So the whole point is I also give them the freedom to animate. So I treated it exactly like that, gave it responsibility to do it on its own. Then what happened was, since these were 2 shots, now you must notice this. I'm going to play this again and again. So can you see there is shot number 1 where the consumption happens, where the kurkures happen, and then the second shot where the amazement happens. Different kind of version. So this is what I really liked, which was an overall vibe. For the second shot, it did this. I was very happy with it. Then I basically split the 2 footages. So now the 2 footages were done and 2 different animations had to happen. Amazing for the first one. I really got this and I nailed it. So I realized let's just do it as 2 different generations. It took some attempts. Finally, we were able to get one. Let's go into the last one. So it was able to create, this was my final language. So it did this. Wait for it. Finally, everything happened and the glitch wasn't there. So this worked for me, and then I went on to my Licious project. So if I see the footage here, so it's only 1 second. That's it. So I said, okay, cool. Firstly, let's slow it down. Interpolate some frames, add some frames, slow it down. I'd also given it this kind of a map. So you can also give the image a PNG more 3D look and elements can change, the text can squish, etc. as per the image.png, which is this one, because I extracted this from the original film I had done and I thought like we'll do this. And when we started doing that, it started doing this yum. I found it very kiddish and it started looking like that. Try to recraft it, it kept on doing this. And then finally, I kind of came to some place where it was going with this kind of a tonality where the yum is happening. We could go with yum like just going forward, backward. And then we came to the end and we generated something which I kind of liked. So this I'm also seeing for the first time with you guys. Let's see this. Mad guys, it slowed it down and I did this, man. Come on. Now I can speed it up and I can ramp it. I can do a lot more stuff. Now guys, having said this, you need to understand that this is crazy. Imagine, like, I do a lot of films like this. I spend a lot of lakhs to get this kind of animation done. This will take some time. So guys, if you like what I've done and you want to produce such bangers like what I have done, then please, in the description below, I will have the Invideo's agent link. You can go to that and actually subscribe to Invideo and get the best out of it. I will also put the workflows and detailed step-by-step analysis of what I've done so that you don't waste credits on Invideo. And at the same time, please subscribe so that I can keep giving you this kind of gyan and understanding for filmmaking, for AI work, for hybrid filmmaking, anything that you can get from it. This is Devang signing out. Subscribe kar lena please.